Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome to Dave Takes It On. If you're a first-time viewer here, the channel is all about EVs and EV charging. I tour the country, been doing it for 4 years, and I try all of the chargers that you can find, mainly Tesla superchargers, of course. But today you find me in front of the Ibis Hotel in Haydock in the northwest of England. And this is a great day for me because we're at a Fastned charger. And Fastneds in the northwest, they just don't exist up until now. The nearest one for me was down in Oxford, which I visited about last summer, and the next nearest ones are up in Newcastle way. Fastneds are ones I really like. They're really nice chargers, really nice locations, but I just haven't had any near where I live. So for the first time, we're at a Fastned charger in the northwest, but it's even better than that, because Fastned have now introduced something called Autocharge. And this is the same system that Tesla users get used to, where you will drive to one of these, you plug it in, you don't need any cards, RFIDs, you don't need anything. The charger will talk to your car, it will find your stored details that you've got on the app, and in there will be the payment as well. So you drive in, you plug it in, it identifies your car, it will charge. When you finish, you unplug, it will take payment automatically without you thinking about it, and off you drive. Let's see how that actually works in practice. Okay, so all that's happened so far, we've pulled in, parked the car, because I'm not ready to use the chargers just yet, because we're talking here about Autocharge. So I'm going to introduce you to the chargers. These are typical Fastned chargers. They're lovely, attractive devices, and the colour scheme is great as well. You get this yellow, black, and the wood. I have to say it's one of the best colour schemes of the charging networks. What we're here today is the 300 kilowatt dual bay chargers. So when it's empty like it is today, you can get up to 300 kilowatts through CCS2. So if you've got your Porsche Taycan or your Hyundai Ioniq 5 or 6 or your Kia EV6, these are brilliant for you. These will give you the maximum charging speed. I've got a Tesla Model S, it's an older one. My speed is capped at 150. So even in the shared bay situation, I'll be able to get the full 150 kilowatts. Now, up until now, particularly when I was down in Oxford last summer, when I was using these to test the speed and reliability and everything else, I had to use contactless. Because the Autocharge simply was not available back then. So on the other side of here, there is a screen, and this is where all your payment details take place. So on this screen, we have, it says first use one of these options. So you can use the Fastned app, and I'm going to be using the Fastned app in just a moment. Your second option is a charge card. These will come from Fastned themselves, like RFID type card. You can use those. And the third one is contactless. Just a point of interest, if you are using contactless, it does show you on the screen, it's a £40 pre-authorization charge. And for new members or people who haven't yet got the first EV, what it means is when you pay for your charging session, you swipe your card, it will automatically hold or lock £40 out of your account. You can't use that. You then do the charging session, and let's say you use £20. When you put the charger plug back in and finish the session, the machine will calculate that you've only used £20, and the theory is it releases that £40, puts it back into your account, unlocks it effectively, and then it will debit your account the £20 that you've actually used. I have to say, every time I've used them, I've found them work really well. And literally by the time I get back to the car, the £40 has been repaid or released, and the actual payment is pending on the in the folder. Some of our viewers do complain that the £40 will hang about there for a few days, and a few people have actually said a few weeks. If you're in any doubt and the £40 is there, particularly, for example, if you're on a long journey and you have to charge 2 or 3 times, losing £40 every time is a big hit on your bank account. You can at any time just ring up your bank helpline, tell them what's happened, they'll be able to see what's happened, they'll release the £40 for you there and then. Okay, so I mentioned the Fastned app and Autocharge, so let me explain what they are. The Fastned app, you can just start a session here, and you can pay either by storing a card here or by using contactless as well. The app really will just get things going. But what interests me is what they call Autocharge. And Autocharge, as explained, is a simple system whereby your details are stored on the app and in the charger, so that every time you come here, you literally just plug in. You don't need a card, don't need an app, don't need RFID, don't need a charge card. You literally plug in, they talk to each other, it'll charge your car. When you finish, you unplug, put it back, and it will deduct the amount you've used for the charging out of your bank account by whichever method you've chosen, be it debit card, credit card, or bank direct debit. Now, there's only so much you can do before you get here, and I've done all this. What you do is you go on and you apply, you open up the app, so you set up an account in the first place, put your details in. It asks you, do you want to put your car in? I've actually put my car in as well, so it knows what car I've got. And it's actually really interesting, because when I go on that, and we'll show this in the screen, it will show a picture of your car, and it will tell you the charging information, including the speed you're going to get on this charger if I plug my car in right now. And that will vary between chargers, because they do not only 300 kilowatt chargers, they do 150s and 50s. Whatever you plug into, it will tell you your charging speed you will get. Really useful information. So I've entered my details, I put my name, address, phone number, everything needed. Put my car details in there as well, so it knows what car I've got. And it also then asks me for a payment method. Now, I have to stress, this is voluntary. You don't have to do this. For me, I love the simplicity of this, so I'm actually doing this. The payment method, the card that you put in theory, is absolutely as safe as if you do it into an insurance online, into a supermarket, whatever it is. Your card is really well protected these days. So what I've done is here, I've put in a debit card into the system, so it now knows my car, it knows me, and it knows my payment method. And at this point it says, finish Autocharge activation. Now, in order to finish the activation, I can't go any further until I actually plug in here. And at that point, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. So this is really interesting, I hope, for the viewers to see how it actually works. It's going to do one of two things. It's either going to ask for a payment for this specific charge, and then for future ones, it will have my details. It apparently will ask me, do I want to save the details? And if I say yes, next time I come here, I won't have to use the app or any payment method. The other option is when I plug in, it will go straight into Autocharge, and so this session also will be taken through the Autocharge through the app. And I'm fascinated myself to find out which is which. So I've got I'm showing the smartphone screen so you can see what's going on. So I've created an account, I've added payment method, added a vehicle, learn about Autocharge, all done, and it just says finish Autocharge. So at that point, if I press that one, it says Autocharge requested. Next, activated station. I'm going to do a screenshot of that for you so you can see what it is. So it says here, activate Autocharge at the station. Go to a Fastned station, plug in your vehicles, wait 15 seconds, use the app to start charging. We'll send you a confirmation of activation by email. And then it says, with Autocharge, there's no more swiping cards or tapping apps. Just plug in and your session starts automatically. Oh, automatically, yeah, okay. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get my car. I'm going to reverse in here. I'm going to plug it in and see whether this session will be Autocharge or whether I pay for this one, and then all future ones will be Autocharge. The app is free. Doesn't cost anything to join, but what it will do is dramatically simplify the charging process. Just to recap, if it's all activated, you will pull in forward or backwards, you will plug in and you walk away and go and get your coffee or your McDonald's or whatever it is you're getting. Watch on the app, it will tell you the progress of the charging system, and when it's ready, you come back out, unplug it, plug it back in. Payments taken automatically as you drive off. So simple, and it's what we Tesla drivers have been using forever. So I'm really, really pleased that some people are now starting to catch up. So let's go and plug the car in and see what happens. Now, the one thing you might notice is I've got a really old-fashioned socket in there. It's not a CCS2. I'm not going to go into any detail now, but early cars, this is before CCS2 came out, so I have an older style Tesla socket. All I need to do is I have an adapter here. One end goes into my socket, and the other end then is CCS2. So that's how I connect to a CCS2. All new cars since 2017, they've had CCS2 sockets and CCS2 plugs, so you won't need one. It's only us oldies who've got the older cars. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the charger. The way I operate it, I just put that in, so it can now work for that one. And I'm going to do that one. Do I press the button? Don't know. Let's just plug that one in. Right, so the first thing is we've got a good click. It's locked, so something is going on now. So I think what I need now is just to open up my Fastned app and see what it's telling me. Right, so what's happening? Nothing very... Oh, hang on, yes, we've got a green light. Here we go. Plug your vehicle in, wait for 15 seconds. Well, it seems a bit of a long 15 seconds. We've got some activation going on. There's a green light flashing there, but not a lot else is happening. Use the app to start charging. Oh, here we go. Sorry, that was my mistake, not theirs. I've got a button come up now which says start charging. It's recognised my, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. It's recognised my car registration default vehicle, 69 pence. Start charging. Select the charger. So the number is... That's a good point. Where's the number? Ah. I was lucky on the charger. It's on the handle. Number 5. Activating charger number 5. Charger not available. Try again. Oh, it's a... Now the app said select your plug in. This one says select your charger before you plug in. Oh, is this just my age, is it? Right, so I'm going to have to release the charger and start again. Do it properly this time. Right, so let's do this in the correct order. So it says unlock charging port. My charging port is unlocked. Let's now select the charger. I've got charger number 5. So activating charger number 5. Now connect your vehicle to charger number 5. Okay. Oh, yes. Now we've got a... Oh, nice change. And that's actually very quick. So what we've got here is hypercharging. I love the phrase. 55% state of charge. We've got no energy added yet. And charging time. They're obviously communicating at the moment. And we're just waiting for this to activate. Oh, here we go. So we're now charging. And we're running at 35 kilowatts. I've got reasonably high state of charge, 55% is quite high for me. I don't run them very high. 34 kilowatts, I've seen faster. However, that was, well, my confusion. One bit said, oh, hang on. Now it's asking me, do I want to finish auto charge activation? I'm hoping it doesn't interfere with that. Here we go. Please check these points before automating. Tesla Model S, that's the correct vehicle. confirm. Nicely done, auto charge activated. Oh, and the app has totally changed. I'm going to do some screenshots of this. Wasn't going to do screenshots when the bank details were up there, but I'm definitely doing them now. I've now got a lovely animation now showing where we're at. It says, quick tip, you've activated auto charge for this. Next time, just plug in and see your session start automatically. So I won't have to do that again. I've now lost the display on here and it's transferred onto the app. So I've got a charging speed, it's up to 43 kilowatts, energy delivered. So there's a good little bit of information here. So at any point, there's a stop button there. I can stop the charge. And then at that point, I'm not sure whether this first session will go onto the card I've done, auto charge is activated, or whether I have to pay for this one separately with a contactless card and then future ones. So we'll find out in a minute. Just going to leave it, see what speed we settle down to. Take a few screenshots as we go along so we can keep a record of this. But apart from my mistake, I plugged it in. The app actually said plug it in. Auto charge said select your charger before you plug it in. I don't know if it's my confusion or it's, but lesson, first time you plug in, don't plug in until you've activated it on here. So that's it. It's a nice, simple system. And now I know this one's here. Well, being honest, I'll probably never use it again because just up the road, I've got a Tesla supercharger, which is considerably cheaper than here. It's also a lot easier. I don't have to use an app to open the flap. But this is really nice to know because when I'm out on the road, particularly down in Cornwall, for example, I can now use different chargers, but use them in the same method as the Tesla one works, which simplifies it. Well, we've done enough there. It's added a couple of kilowatts. I don't really need very much power here at all, particularly not at this price. If I'm going to pay for it, I'll go to a Tesla supercharger. So I'm going to bring this session to a close and see what actually happens. So one last thing just before I do that, there's a last screenshot so you can see where we're at. There's a stop button here, so I'm going to press that. Let's see what happens. Stop charging, yes or no? Yes. So there we go. So that has changed and that's released. So all I'm going to do now is, nope, I'm going to have to release it on the app. So let me just go back to my Tesla app. This is that's the only bit, just a little bit of a niggle. Don't forget to take my adapter, put the CCS2 plug back. And in actual fact, that has taken the payment. So that was actually really good, apart from my initial mistake plugging in before activating it. So let's have a look, see if we get a summary from this on the Fastned app. There we go. It's a great job. You've just charged with energy from sun and wind. Energy delivered 1.88 kilowatt hours, cost £1.30. Leave feedback. I generally don't. It recognises them as Fastned in Haydock, 300 kilowatts. So that's the end of a successful session. So I'm now set up, and the theory is, and I've no reason to doubt it, any time I go to a Fastned charger, all I need to do is open the flap, plug in, it will do everything for me when it's full. I just unplug, put the plug back in, payments taken automatically as I drive off on my next destination. So that's over. What have we actually done? Well, we got ourselves down to a brand new Fastned charging station, the first one in the Northwest. Before we got here, I activated the auto charge on my app, and I did that from the comfort of my home, but it reached a point where it said you must go and plug into a charger to finish this process. So we came down here to the charger. Brand new charger layout, it's beautiful layout. It's Haydock, just near the M6 and the East Lancashire Road, and we've carried out a charging session. Now we've followed through the procedure. Did it go smoothly? Oh, it might have been me, might have been the app, I don't know. But one of them, the app said plug it in. The charger said you should select whichever charger you're going to use through the app before you plug it in. So we had just a few seconds of, I wouldn't say confusion, just wondering what's happening. But as soon as that new message flashed up, choose your charger first, and we're number 5 here, everything went smoothly after that. So, like everything in life, the first time you do it, it's unlikely to go totally smoothly. But this actually went really well. The system is good, it works, it takes payment automatically. So for future visits, what it means now when I'm out on the road, and if I can't get to a Tesla supercharger, which does happen, then all I have to do is pull into a Fastned, plug the car in, it will identify the car, it'll identify the payment method I have stored, and it will allow me to charge. When I've finished, I just unplug, put the plug back in the socket on the charger, and I drive off. No cards, no RFID, nothing to do whatsoever. It's really simplifying things for you. So if you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It does really count for us. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. It's totally free to do. And if you click the icon, the bell icon, notification icon, it means that we will notify you next time we release a video. And if you do want to leave a comment, please do so down below. We take the comments very seriously. We do read through them, and they feature regularly in our Q&A videos where we'll answer questions that our viewers pose. So thanks for watching. I'm Dave.